just adding on to that. Hopefully everybody stays safe with that, but that's definitely scary.
Yeah. Well, today, this week we're focused on the heat here on the Central Coast.
Absolutely, and thankfully it's mainly just for those interior valleys, but where we are seeing that extreme heat, it's not just going to be for a couple days, it's for an extended period of time with extreme heat conditions. So we're going to be continuing to monitor that day after day, but the biggest change for today is continuing to see more of that marine influence, but it's got a little bit less of an extent than it did over the last few days. Most of the last couple of weeks, we've actually seen more of this marine influence for all of our coastal valleys. This morning, though, a little bit less of that extent thanks to that high pressure really starting to move in, continuing to kind of squash this out of those interior valleys. Continuing to see a few areas of low visibilities along our western beaches and some of our coastal valleys, including Santa Maria and San Luis Obispo, some moving into the south coast right now as well. But critically, we're not seeing any of that marine influence, none of that cooler, denser air in the interior valleys. So we're not going to be seeing nearly as much moderation with those temperatures as we did yesterday. That basically means it's going to be slightly warmer once again for today, beginning that trend and continuing it day after day. Temperatures outside right now, not too bad. Still a little bit warmer in those interiors, about 60 in California Valley, Coyama, and 61 in Shandon. Continuing to see those warmer conditions in the interiors, but now is the coolest it's going to be for the day. So if you're in one of those interior valleys, now's the time to open those windows, get some cool air inside. Make sure to close them before the heating really starts to kick off in the next couple of hours. 53 degrees in Santa Maria, 51 in Cambria for today. Checking out that upper level pattern, it's doing exactly what we thought it's going to be doing for the last few days. It's right on track. This area of high pressure continuing to spread its way out, continuing to move slightly farther towards the west, bringing that biggest ridge of high pressure right over us over the next few days. Continuing to see that really build in by early this weekend, Saturday into Sunday. That's when the warmest conditions are expected here on the Central Coast. You can see it's also where that ridge of high pressure is the most intense, stretching all the way up into the Pacific Northwest, bringing us some really warm conditions here. And then even as we head into the early portion of next week, these winds are going to continue to come in from the south, continuing to get rid of a lot of that marine influence and keep us very warm as we head into next week as well. So because of all that, we already have lots of excessive heat watches, warnings, and advisories across the region. You can see really spread out, but here on the Central Coast, these are going to be in effect from Thursday morning all the way through Sunday night, at least this version of these excessive heat watches for all of the interiors throughout the Central Coast, both in San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County. That extreme heat is lasting through Sunday, and many highs up to 108 degrees are expected. That's just the latent air temperature, not even the feels like temperatures, which could climb even higher than that. It's going to be very warm. Start to be prepared right now and check in on those neighbors as it continues to get really warm, not just for us here, but across the entirety of the region. Checking out those temperatures for today, a little bit warmer than it was, but cooler than it will be. 97 in Paso Robles, 80 in San Luis Obispo, 75 in Santa Maria, 73 in Lompoc, and 77 degrees in Santa Barbara for today. Along our north coast, Morro Bay at 66, 99 in San Miguel, and 72 degrees in Avila Beach. In the Five Cities region, pretty comfortable there. Nipomo at 76, 64 in Pismo Beach, 96 in California Valley, 97 in Shandon, and heading down towards our south coast, warming up there as well. 98 in the Coyama Valley, 73 in Goleta, and 71 degrees in Vandenberg. Checking out that 7-day forecast, triple digits move in on Thursday. They're going to stick around, cooling down very slightly by Monday, then warming right back up as we head into the extended forecast. Significantly more manageable by our coastal valleys. Neil and Janelle, back to you.
All right, thanks.